Hello, Ketika.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Welcome to Cinema Express. My name is Abhilasha.
So nice to meet you, Abhilasha.
Like-
I got to know your name was Abhilasha and my mom's name is Abhilasha.
Lovely. Lovely. It's a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you.
So, today, you've had these back-to-back press interactions for Bro. So, how is the average day in the life of Ketika Sharma like? Today is a bit different, I'm assuming, but how is it usually like?
I'll tell you what a life of an actor is like. Either you're working days on end or you're free. Seriously, that's the life of an actor. Either you're working days on end or you're completely free and you've nothing to do, you're vela. So you have to fill your day up with activities that keep you productive. Maybe for an actor, it can be, hitting the gym, going for dance classes, doing things, reading, doing things that, just keep you productive and active mentally, physically, spiritually sometimes as well.
So, when you're not working, you're just gearing yourself up to work better when you're working.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing that you can do when you're. And in this profession, it allows you a lot of family time too. Like I said, if you're completely busy days on ends with projects back to back, that's different. But even while we shoot, we have schedules in which we shoot. So in between schedules, you have that time to kind of balance out your family life, your me time, all of that. So, yeah.
Interesting. But don't you have those, it's interesting that you mentioned that you're working spiritually and you're doing these preparations, dance classes and all. But I mean, when I'm free, I just watch Netflix. So do you also have those where you just lounge all day and vegetate all day and chill?
I have my days of procrastination. I totally do, there are days which I feel are very normal in everyone's lives where you sometimes just want to laze in bed and you don't want to do anything. That happens to me. Netflix and something is a part of my everyday life actually, because I am very regular on watching content. I'm sure every actor, every director, every person in this field, I'm sure is very active with watching content because we want to keep ourselves updated. And as an actor, I constantly look for inspiration from other actors.
So what are you watching right now?
As of this minute, I'm watching old classics.
Okay.
Old English classics, actually.
Oh, like Cary Grant and stuff?
Yeah, and you might judge me, but I hadn't watched the Godfather series. So मैंने अभी देखी है.
Even I haven't watched Godfather and people will judge me more because I'm a film critic.
But I just happened to watch it like the end of last year, and right now very recently I've just picked up Martin Scorsese's films, so I'm watching all of those, and I recently watched The Departed, which I'm completely obsessed with. So yeah, these are the films right now which I'm currently watching.
Interesting. So speaking of films, you've mentioned in an interview that you watched Dil To Pagal Hai, and that inspired you to be an actress. Like that was one of your earliest memories.
Yeah.
And you've told your mom that why are the people so big?
Yes.
And, mujhe udhar jana hai and all that.
How sweet! You watch my interviews, haven't you? That's very sweet.
The thing is, I see you are also a singer, and I see these videos of you dancing. It's hard not to make that connection because Karishma Kapoor and Madhuri Dixit are also singing and dancing, and it's such a beautiful film. So could you speak a bit more about your childhood influences, actresses with, who like that Karishma Kapoor and Madhuri Dixit?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So the initial memory is just this, that I was in the movie hall. That was my first film, which I can remember as a child, where I was very fascinated by people on the big screen. And I was like, wow, like this is where I want to be. I want to be on that big screen. That's how it all started. Growing up, the major influence that that has been inspiring me is definitely that of Priyanka Chopra. I'm a huge Priyanka Chopra fan, and I would get super inspired when I'd watch her work. That is around the time of school.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it was, and I was in a boarding school, so we would watch very limited cinema at that time because we would be in the boarding and we'd only get to see TV on your Saturdays and Sundays and stuff like that. So whenever we would watch anything, it would either be an English film, or it would be something Bollywood, because it was Lucknow, so
Oh, okay.
that's more Hindi speaking area. So we would once in a while, if we'd watch something, it would be really that. So Priyanka Chopra was my favorite, and plus we are from the same school, La Martiniere. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so that was very she was very influential for me.
That's great. I've studied in a boarding school as well, so I can totally relate to that Saturday, Sunday thing.
Yeah.
We had like one day for Hindi and one day for Telugu cinema.
Oh, how nice.
So yeah,
I'm
I
a
get
huge
that.
fan of Telugu cinema. I wish we saw more like Telugu films back in school, because even if they were Hindi dubbed, my parents watch it all Hindi dubbed. They
So
don't
what
know.
was one of the earliest Telugu films that you've seen as a kid?
I must have only watched them Hindi dubbed, if I would have.
Yeah, like Hindi dubbed.
Yeah, Hindi dubbed, which one of them was definitely Arya of Allu Arjun sir. And I remember after school, I had watched, around college time, I remember watching Bahubali around that time. So yeah, we'd all watch that Hindi dubbed at the time.
Okay. So, that you've always mentioned that being an actress is your childhood dream.
Yes.
And you have watched movies.
Yeah.
Like, even being a journalist was my childhood dream. And I used to look at movies and be like, oh, this is how journalists are.
Wow.
So, my question is, of course, you have looked at actresses on screen and now you're working in that very profession. So, what are the differences you're seeing? What are the similarities you're seeing?
In terms of what they portray in cinema versus reality?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
Or any kind of general perceptions also people have around actresses.
Well, I feel sometimes when we look at the world of the industry, it looks very glitz and glamour, but it actually is a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hard work. Like, for example, if you see Janavule, you see these beautiful clothes put together. It's the work of a designer. You see my hair, my makeup, it's the work of an artist who's working on me. Or, we are actors who are, yes, at the end of the day, the faces, but you have to really work. It's like lots and lots of hours going into making something to look beautiful together. And, at the end of the day, yes, it is so much love and adulation that this career brings you from, the people that look at you on that big screen, which I also saw as a kid, right? That big screen. But it takes a lot to, get there and to be on there and, it comes with a lot of hard work, but it's worth it.
Okay. So it's that hard work wasn't something you saw as a...
Well, yeah, one doesn't see. There are lots of things actually, but one doesn't know what goes on behind all the glitz and glamour.
So like lots of things, like logistical challenges and,
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, which I believe is in any area of your life. I feel like in any profession, you do need to put your hard work and hustle. So, yeah.
Well,
Sometimes it's, about, for example, like this song. This was one of my childhood filmy songs where, a romantic number in the Alps.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes I remember we were on Mutter's Troil in Innsbruck, and it was very cold, and I had to be in this red dress and dance. So I was like, "Abhi sapna dekha hai, so you better just quietly suck it up and do it."
so
But
this
yeah.
was in the Switzerland,
This was in Austria.
Austria.
Yeah,
Oh,
neighboring country.
Okay. Did you by chance do the DDLJ tour or a...
No.
No. Okay. Because, that when you mentioned Switzerland, that's what came to my
Yeah.
mind. That's what comes to everyone's mind.
No. We shot it in Austria, which is close to Switzerland. It's not in Switzerland.
Yeah. Was it your first visit to Austria? You've been there?
Well, I have been to Europe as a kid, but this was the first time I went for work. And I've not been to Austria. I've been to other parts of Europe, but I have not been to Austria and the parts that we shot at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, this Bro is a remake, and in the Tamil film, your role wasn't there. This is a role that is coming in the Telugu film.
Yes.
So, could you speak a bit more about your role and how you were approached for it and that
Yes.
entire process?
So, well, I tested for this role. I tested for it, and I fortunately got the role. And this character is definitely added. There's lots of commercial elements which have been added to this remake. And my role is that I'm playing the love interest of Mark, which is being played by Sai in the film.
Okay. Okay, so Bro is a film about, like Pawan Kalyan plays the personification of time, and it is about death, it is about second chances. So what is your take on, these topics personally?
Well, I feel like
Okay, I'll be a little more specific, sorry.
Yeah.
But if you had a chance to change your life,
Okay.
would you go back and change it?
No,
Okay.
definitely not. I would not want to change anything in my life because what I am today is because of all the circumstances that happened in my life. And I am proud of who I am today. So I would definitely not. And there have been, like everybody, there may have been ups and downs in one's lives, but they are what define you and what make you. So it's the lows and the lessons and the hardships that teach you lessons, and that's how it shapes you and refines you as a person. So I would not want to change anything in my life.
But if you would have gone, like if you would have had a chance to travel to those lows, how would you look at, what would you do? If not change them, would you be a little more aware, or would you be a little more grateful?
Looking back at those lows, I'm grateful. How I approached them at the particular ages that I did was the way I was supposed to approach them according to my best knowledge. Now, if I was to come across a similar situation which I considered a low per se in my past, I would definitely approach it with a different, I guess, more grown, mature point of view.
Interesting. So then you would be more mature later.
I guess so. I guess life's experiences teach you lessons and make you more mature.
Okay, so Bro is your fourth film, right? You've done 3 films before. And in all these films, you have been the love interest. You've been the heroine, so to speak. And outside, like when people generally talk about films, even though you are technically referred to as an actress, there is a certain distinction between an actress and a heroine.
Okay.
Sure. People categorize it as such.
Yes.
But there is also an element of performance in being a heroine, and there is also an element of glamour in being an actress. Like there's an overlap, but you also see it differently, and there are different concerns. So how do you sort of navigate that dichotomy, so to speak, and like heroine, actress, what do you see yourself more as?
Well, what inspired me, like we were talking about, Dil To Pagal Hai was a very heroine element, to be honest, right? Because it was the glamour that inspired me. But once I got into this profession and I started realizing the performance high, like in my first film, Romantic, the climax is very intense of Romantic. And it was very challenging as an actor for me to do that climax like that. It was, you need to bring your best foot forward. If you happen to see Romantic and the climax, you'll know what I'm talking about. That was one of the best feelings as an actor for me so far, which I felt in that particular performance, because I had to bring forth the actress. And I think it's nice to be the heroine, but I feel like when there is the act in actresses, when you feel, I guess, your best. Because you feel creatively charged when you're really getting to, perform and act.
So is that something you consciously look forward for, like when you're picking up scripts?
Definitely.
So yeah.
I do. Yes.
But are you trying to look for like a heroine actress mix, or is there a chance that you would completely take on a very performance oriented role in future?
I would, honestly, I'm open to everything. I love the heroineness as much as I would love the acting bit. So I would definitely, I'm open to literally everything, I want to take a extremely performance oriented role. I would love to take a super commercial role. I am open to, that's what I'm here for. Honestly, I've just started. This is only my fourth film. So I want to like spread my wings and fly and explore everything. You know, I'm really not looking to be putting myself in any category yet.
Interesting. So you've mentioned that Priyanka Chopra is your favorite actress. She's also a singer. Like she was an actor and then she's transitioned into a singing career as well. Do you see that panning out for you in the course of your career as well?
I don't mind. You never know. One never knows. You know,
Okay.
just flowing with the universe, flowing.
Would you want to go to a producer and be like, I can also sing a song?
Why not?
I would love to. Like, have you ever done that? Or?
I haven't done that, but why not? I would love to sing. I would love to sing a song for my films.
Lovely.
Yeah, just for my films.
Okay.
I'm not looking to be a playback singer. But why not? For my movie, I don't mind singing a song. Like I would love that. That would be an honor if I get to do it. I would be so happy. I got to do it for Romantic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. So, you know, you're from Delhi and you have moved to Hyderabad, and a lot of people, like lots of people our age, move to different cities for work. But you know, being an actress is a lot more. It's not the same as how others would move to another city for work, because there's cultural immersion. There's so much cultural immersion you have to do. So, like, I remember I used to live in Maharashtra, and for the longest time, because I'm South Indian, thought vada pav meant actual vada in pav. Yeah. So, like, what are those small cultural shocks and shifts you've had to go through? Do you live in Hyderabad right now?
I don't live in Hyderabad right now. I live in Bombay because I work in the Hindi industry as well.
Okay.
So, but I am planning to move here around the end of this year.
Okay.
So I'm very excited for that. But there has honestly been no cultural shock as such, because like I mentioned, I was from a boarding school which had a very disciplined. I don't think I have the culture of Delhi in me, or the culture of, because I have been born and brought up in a boarding school which is very strict and disciplined according to you. You've got to get up in time, you've got to do it's an everyday, I don't want to say mundane, but it's the same routine every single day which you follow doing for almost 10-12 years. So for a person like that, it's very easy to adapt wherever I can very easily adapt to Delhi, I can very easily adapt to Hyderabad, I can very easily adapt to Bombay. A person from a boarding school is never going to be fussy about anything, because you know they have grown at a place where you know they're supposed to shut up and follow rules.
I get it.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you're not a Delhi girl in any regard. Like,
I don't think I am. No.
So what is a Delhi girl like in?
I don't think I'm any city girl is what I'm trying to say, but I guess Delhi, usually people associate Delhi with, you know, full of life and like, you know, must people like them, you know, like the ones who are like full on like party and, you know, celebratory in nature, all of that. So I don't know if I'm that outgoing, because when I talk about Delhi, I feel like Delhi people are very social. I don't think I'm that social.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm a no city girl, and I don't think I am a people's person, so to speak. I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to work on that.
But since you mentioned Delhi and Bombay, I have to ask, which city has better food?
Delhi.
Delhi.
Any day, any day.
Oh, okay, good. No diplomatic answer like an actress or heroine.
Delhi has better food.
Oh,
For sure.
Okay. So we're nearing the end of our interview.
So soon, Abhilasha. Okay.
Actually, I was asked to end it, so.
Oh no. Anyway.
But anyway, so you have mentioned that, you know, The Secret is one of your favorite books, and you know, you mentioned about visualizing and all, and one of the dreams that you visualized has come true. But what are you visualizing now that big dream has come true?
I'm visualizing a podcast of my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, because you've asked me some very nice, interesting questions today. You know, some deep questions you asked me, which I really liked and I enjoyed. But yeah, I'm very curious about people and people's minds and emotions and depths. And I'm hoping that maybe I could have a podcast of my own one day where I could invite like some great minds and just, I don't know, that thought excites me actually.
You've got any podcast recommendations for me, for Cinema Express viewers?
Wow. Well, I listen to very different sorts, yeah. Well, if you want,
Drop him.
really, well, there is one lady called Julian on Love.
Okay.
She talks about relationships in your life, be it any, your mom, your dad, your brother, love interest. She's one who I really, really like. There is another podcast called Self Healers, which is again very, she's a therapist that talks about mental health. And that subject is something I really promote and love to talk about. So that's one podcast I really like to listen to. Yeah, these are the two I can
Great.
think of
I
telling
will
you
check
right
them
now.
out. And all the best for Bro.
Thank
and
you.
looking forward to the film and looking forward to your podcast career whenever it shall materialize.
That's just in my mind. I've just said it randomly to you.
Well, I would love to listen.
Oh,
Well-
thank you, Abhilasha.
Thank you, Ketika. This was a fun conversation.
It was.
Yeah.